Hey everybody, this is Coburn C Capshaw / at Mr. Smiles a Lot. How you guys doing today? It's a beautiful, Friday? Yep, I got the day off of work. And today I'm going to be doing another, yet again, Let's Talk Me to LLC podcast, solo podcast. But in this podcast, I'm going to be doing a continuation on why being kind to others is good for your mental health. And for those of you who follow me on my social media, you saw that I made a cup of coffee, to start. But anyway, trying to be a professional, be, like that whole, the word I'm trying to, what should I call it? Wake up, drink coffee, do great things. So anyway, but to start off though, unlike last time, I would like to put a little bit of lo-fi in the background because I feel like, if we chill and have just a good vibe going, it'll make everybody ease, relax, and feel better, especially if we're having a bad, stressful day. I had the privilege of taking care of my little boy all morning until I put him down for his nap after I fed him his bottle, so I'm already in a pretty good mood. So I hope that the lo-fi helps put you in a good mood, and hopefully my advice does as well. So like I said from last time before I start the lo-fi, remember I said that I'm going to continue on from the bullet points from this Kindness Matters guide, and I'm going to give my different reflections on them. So anyway, here we go. So here comes the lo-fi. Alright, here we go. So we'll start off again with, what do we mean by kindness? And then we say, kindness is choosing to do something that helps others or yourself, motivated by genuine warm feelings. That is true. So, you know how they say, how do you want to be remembered at the end of the day, right? Well, think about this. Like, somebody, you're walking around or just doing whatever, and then you give somebody a nice compliment. They're going to remember the compliment. Like, even if they have a really bad day, they'll be like, you know what? That person said they liked my shoes, or that they liked my outfit, or heck, maybe somebody says that you're handsome, or something like that makes you feel good, or, someone says that you're pretty, that makes you feel good, just smiling at somebody can make them feel better, and, if you choose to do something to help others or yourself, motivated by genuine feelings, you can do that with kindness. So, I know I used to always use this as an example, but when I'm at work, what do? I, help out, besides more than law enforcement, I'll bring in carts, I'll help elderly people out, I will ask if anyone needs me to do anything else, I'll assist others, I'll pick up other trash that other people don't see, or, I'll take food out of an aisle where it doesn't belong and then take it to the front and say, should we throw it away or do you want me to put it back? Stuff like that. So, and I don't do it just to, like I said, get recognition. I don't do it just so people can be like, oh, he's such a good guy. I do it because, I guess, like I said, I was raised that way. I was raised to be kind. I was raised to be nice. And I try to spread that through what I do. And, like I said to my hairdresser when I got my haircut last time. Hold on a second. I need to take a break for some coffee. I said, I want to be that officer that makes a difference. I want to be that officer that is the guy who is going to be kind to others, that is going to make the difference, that isn't going to always go right to being mean to others or wanting to show my authority in an aggressive way. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like, that's why I think I've not had any bad karma come back to me at work, because I handle things as professionally as I do. Even if I do have to get a little bit aggressive or raise my voice a little bit, I do it in a way to where I'm not being, over the top, let's say. So, and I guess in a way, my kindness is something I'm choosing to do to help myself at work, right? And because of that, that motivates me, or that can motivate others to make them feel warm and genuine towards me. Because they're like, here's an officer who's going to handle things professionally and talk to the person and use verbal judo instead of using real judo, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? So, kindness or doing good often means putting others' needs before our own. It could be by giving up our seat on a bus to someone who might need it or more, or offering to make a cup of tea for someone at work. So, yeah, there have been times where I've actually, went out and picked up lunch for other officers, or, who are partnering with me for the day. Or they'll ask me to come in and stand inside if I'm doing vehicle patrol while they're, eating their lunch. And I'll do that, you know what I'm saying? And we'll switch out or whatever, things like that. So, whatever you can think of a way of how to do good or show kindness, do it. Because, and put their needs before yours, because, maybe something that you think is important, maybe you can wait, and be like, maybe I could go help out this person, or maybe I could help this elderly person to their car, things like that. Just basically what I'm getting at, just try to be a genuine good person, and besides giving up your seat on a bus or whatever, yeah, that is true. Do it for someone who might need it, or shoot, I remember a long time ago, I already talked about it in that advice video when or was it a mini podcast or a video podcast? I can't remember. Anyway, I remember I talked about I helped that one, disabled lady and she missed her caller ride, and I helped her for another hour after she was already waiting there for an hour. See what I'm saying? I know I keep talking about myself in these examples, but the reason I keep doing that is because I think I have pretty good examples to give, because I experienced some of these things at work, and some of the times at work I do get to be able to spread my kindness through these interactions and through the things that I go through at work. You know what I'm saying? Or just in general, when I'm out and about, like with my wife or my kid, or my son, I try to be nice and kind to others, help out, open the door for others, things like that, for example. And I'm not saying this to brag or, because, a lot of times they say, why would somebody brag about things that you're supposed to do as an adult, Well, sometimes I see how much hatred there is in the world. I see how mean people can really be, and that's why I want to be that one who makes a difference and show people not everyone's the same. There are nice people out there, yeah, I try to be as nice as I can, and there's a reason for that. And I want to thank my mom and everyone in my family, and the good people around me, my good friends who've been around me, everyone's been with me through thick and thin. Raising me right and showing me right from wrong, showing me how to be kind. So, thank you for that, Next one. Evidence shows that helping others can also benefit our own mental health and well-being. For example, it can reduce stress as well as improve mood, self-esteem, and happiness. That's so true. So, whenever I help someone out, or just standing there and people say, thank you for being here, thank you for your service, or they say, thank you so much for your help, if they're looking for something, I know where something is, I can point them in the right direction. Or, excuse me, or if, I just need to do anything extra and I, do it, that makes me feel good. It does improve my mood, or sometimes whenever, I guess you could say whenever I see a cute little kid come by and he waves at me or whatever, that really puts a smile on my face, because it lets me know that I'm helping him and his family be safer while they shop. Do you know what I'm saying? Because of me and the other officer, or me even just myself being there, that makes me feel good knowing that I'm protecting them. And especially since I've got a little one myself, and uh, knowing I got a family to come home to, that just makes it even more special for me. Next one. There are so many ways to help others as part of our everyday lives. Good deeds don't. Good deeds needn't take much time, cost, or money. That is so, or any money. Well, I left out the any part, but excuse me for that. That's good coffee. Is that like hazel? Like what is that? Like caramel hazelnut? I don't even know. Anyway, good deeds. So basically, what this is saying is true. So, my advice to you would be to go out of your way and be nice to others. Go out of your way and, help a stranger. Tell someone you love them. Give them a text message. Say, hey, you know what? You mean a lot to me. I appreciate you. You've been with me through a lot. I just want to let you know that I love you. Show kindness. Show love. Spread love. That's all I can really tell you. I mean, it sounds simple, but, maybe it's harder than it sounds. I don't know. It's pretty easy for me because I'm a pretty open person. I try to always be a nice, genuine guy. And, like I said before, I wanted to thank those who have raised me to be this way. Like I said, do a good deed. Go donate money to a charity. Go help out a friend who really needs your help. Give somebody a phone call who you feel like might need your help on something, shoot, there's so many different examples. It's hard to really put it all into words, but I guess you could say just in general, do good deeds because it'll make you feel, again, okay, actually, if you think about this too, if you do a good deed and if you go over to help other people and be a nice person, that will also elevate your mood, and if you go, it'll actually go right back up to the top part, or not to the top part, to the example above, top of the example, or middle, top of the example. Evidence shows that helping others can also benefit our mental health and well-being. For example, it can help reduce stress, as well as improve mood, self-esteem, and happiness. Well, thinking about that, that actually does tie into where it says, there's so many ways to help others as part of our daily lives. Good deeds, so think about that. So if you do good deeds and you help others and you spread love and kindness to others, that will help, also reduce your stress and mood, and, it'll help benefit your own mental health, especially with just, being kind in general. So the second little small bullet point, or title here, small changes can make a big difference, which is true. This guide gives you tips on how to bring kindness into your life. We'll look in more detail at volunteering, doing something for a good cause, acts of kindness. So, let's see. When it comes to volunteering, my mom is a huge Make-A-Wish Foundation donator. I can't remember. She's extremely involved. I can't remember how involved she is, but she's really well known. And I remember back when, in the day when they would have those cool events going on, where they had the inflatable obstacle courses you could run through, and all the games and prizes you could win and stuff. And I would interact with all the people who were sick or disabled, or who had mental disabilities. And, just being around them and having so much fun, that, really put into perspective of how beautiful life really is. And, it made me, being around them, humbled me in a lot of ways, Not that I'm saying, I needed to be humble, not saying I would ever treat anyone bad or anything to that nature by any means. But what I'm saying is that it made me realize that, you need to be kind to others because you have no idea what they're going through. Think about that. And I'm not saying patronize others because they might be sick or have a disease, or might be, slowly passing from something that they can't control. What I'm getting at is, But I will say, though, seeing that made me realize that you need to be kind to others because they might, not be here the next day, in a blink of an eye. That's what I'm getting at, without, saying too much because I'm not trying to, offend anyone, but I'm also trying to get a message across of saying that, be nice to others, especially if they are enabled in some way. Because your kindness and helping them can mean so much to them, you have no idea. Let's see a couple more examples. So, right here is another big title. What are the health benefits of kindness? And then here's little arrows you can click on, and it will give us perfect, from here, perfect examples, and then I'll give my own examples. So in this one, it says, helping others feels good, and when you click on this, it says, studies have found that acts of kindness are linked to increased feelings of well-being. Helping others can also improve our support networks and encourage us to be more active. This, in turn, can improve our self-esteem. There is some evidence to suggest that when we help others, it can promote changes in the brain that are linked with happiness. Okay, so there are acts. So they found that acts of kindness are linked to increased feelings of well-being. That is true. So like we were basically saying, when you're kind to others, it makes you feel good, it makes you feel warm and wholesome. Helping others can also improve our support networks and encourage us to be more active. True. So whenever I do my job right, or whenever I handle things professionally, whenever I go the extra mile, whenever people, say thank you, who are coworkers or managers or whatever, even the, store director, that makes me feel good and encourages, everyone to be more active with me. They want to talk to me because they see I'm a cool, nice, fun, guy who can, be talkative and active or whatever, and be silly, fun, and quippy, but who can also be serious when it need be, So that in turn can improve your self-esteem. So that, makes me, have the confidence to want to come to work because that makes me realize that, they do trust me because he's a good guy. You know what I mean? And there's some evidence to suggest that when we help others can promote changes in the brain that are linked with happiness. I mean, I don't know if I have to say anything past that because that pretty much has it right there, Here's another example. So, it creates a sense of belonging and reduces isolation. Coffee time. Sorry, this is really good coffee. Can't help myself. I think after a couple more examples here, I'm going to wrap things up too as well because I have to go hang out with my wife because it's my day off and I really want to see her. And she's upstairs, so I want to give her a big old hug and kiss. So, it creates a sense of belonging and reduces isolation. So, helping others is thought to be one of the ways that people create, maintain, and strengthen their social connection. Yes. For example, volunteering and helping others can make us feel a sense of belonging, make new friends, and connect with our communities. Okay, right. So, just do favors for others. You don't, let me put it this way. Whenever I say I'm going to be there for you if you need me or whatever, yes, it is true, but don't expect me to actually physically be there, because I'm an adult and I'm busy as well. But, could be a call when I can, or I'll text you when I can, but don't expect me to always be able to constantly text you or always call you. You know what I'm saying? You need to understand that, right? But help out as much as you can. I will help as much as I can, to create, maintain, and strengthen social connections. So, example tonight, my wife and I were going over to my buddy's house, right? And I've known my best friend Josh since we were high school buddies since we were 15, right? And if he asked me to do anything, or if he asked me to bring anything, or whatever when I got over there, or if he needed me to help him do something or move something, I would do it, out of the kindness of my heart. And that I wouldn't do just to look like a good guy. I would do it because I want to be a good guy. I want to keep that social connection and strengthen, my friendship with him and that bond that we have, as best friends, Or, here's the other example. So, for example, volunteering and helping others can make us feel, well, guess what? Being a security officer, I'm volunteering my time and my efforts to help others, which helps me give a sense of belonging. I make new friends, which I do have work friends. Sorry, and I'm also good friends with some of the managers and store directors, and helps me connect with my community. Well, guess what? That is true because of the simple fact that yes, I actually connect with a lot of people while I'm at work. Especially when they walk by and say hi and everything. I see people every day that I see, who come in all the time. They talk to me. They're super nice to me. So, helps me connect with my community 100%. It helps keep things in perspective. So, let's see. Many people don't realize the impact a different perspective can have on their outlook on life. So, yeah, it's one of those things of where I don't like dealing with a lot of things, but then I also think about the things that I have in my life that are amazing. Like my wife, my kid, my family, my mom, Phil, who's like a second dad to me, my friends, my close acquaintances, my partners at work, the people I work around, the people I care about. Like example, there's some things at work I don't want to deal with, but, knowing I'm there to protect them and knowing that I can make a difference, that's what makes me have a different perspective on the outlook on life in that example, So if you have anything that you're going through, just think about the good things that you have, or I guess you could say if, someone disagrees with something that you say, think about, their perspective instead of getting combative and be like, you know what, maybe I can see where they're coming from. And then, so that way, maybe the both of you can, again, come to an agreement or maybe agree to disagree. But you can still keep that friendship and that connection and that bond. So that way, you're not fighting with them. Get what I'm saying? So, there's some evidence of being aware of your own acts of kindness as well as the things we are grateful for can increase feelings of happiness, optimism, and satisfaction. Yes, I guess in a way you could just basically say, there's evidence of being aware of our own acts of kindness. Yeah, I am grateful for the fact that I can protect those around me. I am grateful for the fact that I have a beautiful family. I'm grateful for the fact that I have things in my life. I'm grateful for the fact that people give me chances to work hard for them to prove myself and to prove to myself that I can do certain things. I'm grateful for my, trainer Alex, who helped me in marketing and advertising and then helped me inspire me to start my business and run it the way that I do. And my investor, the one who's going to help me with everything else. Who has been helping me with, basically just everything that I've been through so far. I do want to, thank my mom and everybody and everyone that I love. So I'm grateful for all of them. Everything that is good in my life, I'm grateful for, and that does give me good optimism and happiness and satisfaction. So whatever you're grateful for, think about how good that makes you feel. Think about how happy that makes you. Instead of thinking all the bad and negative things that's in your life. And that can totally change your perspective, Just like the other example on the top, impact can have a different perspective on your outlook in life, And doing good may help you to have a more positive outlook about your own circumstances. That is very true. But anyway, I'm going to end the podcast here, and then next podcast I'm going to continue on with this subject because it has a lot of different things to talk about. I'm actually I'm gonna continue my podcast with this just for a while now, just based on kindness and my examples, because I'm basically gonna make this podcast series based on this, or at least my next couple series coming up. So anyway, sorry if I'm mumbling a little bit, guys. I had two 12-hour shifts back to back not next GC. I'm tired the last 2 days, hence the coffee. So I'm a little bit tired, but I tried my best with this podcast. I appreciate all of you who listened. I really truly do love all of you. So anyway, everyone, this has been Coburn C Capshaw / at Mr. Smiles a Lot, and I really do appreciate everybody who has listened. So if you live in St. Louis, and if you need a marketer or an advertiser or a martial arts coach, if you need a videographer or photographer, please let me know. If you would like to do a podcast, if you'd like to, have me help out your business, I would love to take pictures, record you, doing from what you're doing A to B. If you want to do a photo shoot, let me know. Anyway, guys, again, this has been Coburn C Capshaw / Mr. Smiles a Lot. Again, sorry if I'm really tired and mumbling my words a little bit, but again, 2 12-hour shifts back to back. Pretty exhausted. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening. Again, appreciate it. I love you, and I will see you guys next time.